Have you ever wondered what happened to the living towns that turned into ghosts in the American West? We're talking about places that once had thousands of people, bustling with trade, but overnight everything vanished. Today, we're going to uncover the secrets of one such town, a story that the crumbling walls can't fully tell. This is the story of the fictional silver mining town, Silver Creek. In the late 19th century, the silver rush spread like a wildfire, and Silver Creek, a remote valley, became the heart of that fever. Miners, prospectors, and dreamers all flocked here with one single desire: to get rich. Among them was Silas, a young man with nothing but a pickaxe and a big dream. But it wasn't long before he found it. A massive silver vein. And in just a few weeks, Silas went from being broke to one of the richest men in the region. Silver Creek had become a symbol of prosperity. But in a world of glitters, not everything is gold or silver. Rapid wealth gave birth to greed. Greed changed everything from friendships, trust, to the very person Silas was. When greed becomes the only compass, can this prosperity last forever? Silver Creek began to boom. Money flowed into the town like a flood. General stores, saloons, brothels, and casinos sprang up everywhere. Silas, now wealthy and powerful, was no longer the humble miner he once was. He bought expensive things, hosted lavish parties, and lived in the biggest house in town. His greed wasn't limited to mining silver, it started to infect those around him. Silas's close friend, Jed, an old-timer miner, warned him. "Silas," Jed said, his voice filled with worry, "we have to share this resource. Otherwise, the whole town will collapse." But Silas just laughed and waved his hand. "Jed, you don't understand. We don't need anyone. Everything I found is mine. Mine." His greed had blinded him, making him unable to see the value of friendship and unity. He refused to cooperate with Jed and found a way to push him out of the mine, forcing Jed to leave Silver Creek. Danger signs began to appear. Some miners reported that the silver veins were running dry. Others said they had to dig deeper to find even small pieces of silver. But no one dared to speak up. Silas and the other wealthy people believed the rumors were fake news, a way to keep things a secret. They believed that luck would always be on their side. Until a miner ran into Silas's office, his face pale, gasping for breath. "Silas, the price of silver, it has crashed. On the stock market." At the same time, a loud explosion echoed from inside the mine. A cave-in had occurred. Screams, the sound of collapsing structures, and cries for help echoed throughout the town. In the rubble they found Jed. He had returned to try and save the trapped miners. The cave-in revealed the raw truth. The silver mine was completely dry, and the entire wealth of Silver Creek was just an illusion. The town suddenly became empty. The dreamers who once hoped to become millionaires were now just wandering ghosts. The streets that were once bustling with carriages and cheers were now left with only the sound of wind whistling through empty windows. Silas stood alone inside his luxurious house. He stared at the walls, the expensive furniture, and realized that all of it was just inanimate objects. The price of his greed wasn't money, it was loneliness. He had lost Jed, his only true friend, who had tried to save him from himself. He had lost everything for something that didn't even exist. Silas left the house and walked onto the empty street. He passed the saloon where he once partied, the casino where he squandered his money, and now all of it was just rubble. Finally, he stood in front of the mine's entrance, where everything had begun and where everything had ended. He looked into the deep darkness of the mine shaft, a reflection of the emptiness within his own soul. And that's how a once vibrant town suddenly became a ghost town. The story of Silver Creek is not just a history lesson, it's a warning. Prosperity is an illusion when it's built on a foundation of greed. These ghost towns are silent monuments to a valuable lesson. True wealth is not the money you make, but what you have left when everything else collapses. Sometimes, the greatest cities are built from things that money cannot buy: friendship, kindness, and unity. And that is a lesson we should never forget.